Hi, everyone. Judge Andrew Napolitano here for Judging Freedom. Today is Wednesday, July 27, 2022. It's a little after 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the East Coast of the United States. Many of you have probably seen the show or heard of the show, The View. It's four very liberal ladies, the best known of which are Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg. And they usually have a fifth, not always a lady, sometimes a guy who disagrees with them, and they try and beat the person up. And many times they get carried away, as they did last week when they commented on a convention of Turning Point USA down in Florida. Now, Turning Point is a conservative youth group. It's not a Republican, though many of them support President Trump, and he did address them. But it's a conservative youth group. It's not extreme. It's conservative Republican. It's George Bush, Donald Trump style conservative Republican. They don't hide who they are. They don't make any bones about what they believe in. Many of them are very articulate and very courageous. I'm not a conservative. I'm a libertarian. I have some conservative views. I've not been invited to address them. If they invited me, I would come. They might not agree with everything I've said, but they are mainstream conservative Republicans, and they are young people who are seriously interested in politics and who want to get involved in politics to keep the government within the confines of the Constitution. Okay. They had their gathering, and some really bad people showed up outside. Some neo-Nazis who displayed the Nazi swastika, who had horrific anti-Semitic statements about the Jewish people. And then the ladies from The View got involved. Take a look.
Out there in front of the conference with anti-Semitic slurs and, the Nazi swastika and a picture of a so-called Jewish person with exaggerated features, just like Goebbels did in the Hitler during the Third Reich. It's the same thing, right out of that same playbook.
But you let them in.
President, open your mouth.
You let them in and you knew what they were.
Right.
So you are complicit.
All right, except they didn't let them in. They did know who they were, and they dispatched their security to try and remove them. So did the ladies from The View defame Turning Point USA? Well, it's a technical question, because in American law, you can defame an individual, but you can't defame a group. Nevertheless, what Whoopi Goldberg said at the end, well, what Joy Behar said is substantially correct, but what Whoopi Goldberg said at the end, you knew who they were, you let them in, you're complicit, was absolutely wrong. So on what did she base that? Did she make it up? Did she have some basis for that statement? Well, Turning Point USA did the right thing. They have lawyers. Lawyers wrote a letter to ABC, which owns and produces The View. And here's what The View said after they got that letter.
We want to make clear that these demonstrators were gathered outside the event and that they were not invited or endorsed by Turning Point USA. A Turning Point USA spokesman said the group, quote, 100% condemns those ideologies, and said Turning Point USA security tried to remove the neo-Nazis from the area but could not because they were on public property. Also, Turning Point USA wanted us to clarify that this was a Turning Point USA summit and not a Republican Party event. So we apologize for anything we said that may have been unclear on these points.
Hey, so sometimes the system works. People say dumb things, or things they think are true, or things they hope are true, or things they want to be true, and then they get corrected and they acknowledge it. Far better than dragging this through the courts. As for The View, I actually like you ladies and would love to be sitting in the middle between the four of you, and you guys can throw anything you want at me. Judge Napolitano for Judging Freedom.